spot for the first time, right? What did we see though 20 minutes ago? It's like that the GIF or a picture of the guy like looking in like a server room, like with his hands up in the air, trying to figure it out. I guess a power outage to move all their setups around and figure that out right before this. So Carolina, I'm not sure how much warm-up they got. They were getting the setups ready to go.
Yeah, and I don't know how power works, honestly. I don't have a clue. So yeah, they got that all figured out, but they're playing some Base Hardpoint. One of their best maps, one of their go-to maps on the year. New York, they've opted to play this one time and time again, have had some close losses. But for NYSL, it feels like this always kind of pops up, and that's kind of talked about. I think the reason why this matchup is always so close is just kind of the maps that they want to play. I would love to see New York in a match like this start to test the map pool a bit, play some of the newer maps, but they're going for dubs.
Looking to keep accruing those points. They're still hunting for a major win. One of those top 4 teams always going to be in the conversation, but so far it's been Ultra, so far it's been FaZe. We'll see if maybe this is going to be the qualifier and major for New York really start to click, because, you know, there were a lot of improvements from what, stage 1 over to stage 2. Trying to see if you can keep those improvements going if you're in New York.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And obviously, yeah, you start off 1-0. You're able to take down a roster team that made some changes, but now you're facing a team that has given you some troubles at times. It's always a close match. Obviously, eliminated them at Major 1. But throughout Major 2 qualifiers, they were able to win that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but Carolina's always played them tough.
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like this shouldn't be one where they play them very tough, because New York should be like that nightmare matchup for them where they're like a little ahead in respawns, but they're just a far better search team, and Carolina can't get a search win. But yeah, for whatever reason, they've been able to go toe-to-toe, able to battle. We'll see if we have a map 5 in the mix. We'll see how the game 2 goes down, but for now we'll focus. Still here on the map 1 is Hydra hitting with the pistol, keeping it rolling on 2 in a row, and a 20-point advantage right now for NYSL. What do you see on the mini-map, Joe?
Well, yeah, you're going to see what Fellow and Gwyn going to spawn out. Clay and TJ trying to hold the line here at P3, and they're doing a very good job. It comes down to a 1v1. Sky's going to have to reposition. Fellow middle of the map recognizes the spawns, able to find the first. So now you're just waiting on Skies. Well, he's just waiting for his teammates. But a big moment there for Carolina to slow the game down and cash in here at P3.
Oh, Gwen on your screen now. Definitely in the conversation, Rookie of the Year, and you can see why with shots like that, picking him off the heady, pre-aim there for the next fight, but not quite able to take it. Clay's turn. Ready, lurking, not as ready as I thought. Sib and Hydra just come open him up. Nobody in the point for now.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, Gwyn gets that first kill, and you're thinking maybe they're just going to hold the rest of this time. They still can, but it looks like Sib's going to find the final one. But this kind of works out with 15 seconds left. You see the spawns. Carolina's going to take that all day. Flip it with 10 seconds left. A free rotation over to P4. Let's do it.
I think yes, but also, I mean, there was like 20 seconds before that where they didn't really get any time, but now can you make them pay? You would love to get maybe a little more time before they got flipped out, but now, yeah, you're not wrong. The flip comes in, now they have a chance to punish them, but you have a 2-man push starting to develop. The safe spawn comes in for Fellow, as he'll be there to supplement the hold in the point from Gwen. As the crossfire is through, layer by layer, you're looking for the opening. Fellow is going to get picked, safe spawn still there, TJ is in. Now the pressure finally starts to get to Gwen. Good job using cover, taking a fight.
And this is the issue, right? When you have these longer pushes across the map, a couple of players go down, and then you're just a little bit staggered. So 2 players go forward, they get picked apart, and now New York, yeah, you kind of push that P3 a little bit too long, and you find the break. It is a full 60 for Carolina at this P4. But you rotate over towards P5. Yes, Skies and Hydra in position.
Yeah, and I think you nailed it there. The last point, maybe some frustrating moments, but yeah, with 10 to 15 left, you flip out, and then you do what you needed to. You put them on clamps, you get all of that time, you push out a solid lead now as our next hardpoint gets ready to go. It'll be NYSL's turn to try and answer. Taking a look across the slang, nothing standing out that much except you got a little bit of an edge probably if you're NYSL by a couple of kills and you're down in the game so far, but not much of a gap.
Yeah, now can NYSL get back into this at this P5? You had that early rotation, a nice setup. But Clay, he's just playing his life, able to find one. Him and Gwyn is they're just kind of finding the players in the power position, getting them out of the hill and just playing their life. They do a good job. And now they are on the hill. So you get sort of that flip there towards P4, and now you get a break here at P5. The game potentially cracked it open, but Skies and Kismet, they're getting dirty, able to get right back into the hill.
Yeah, you just want to try to keep building on this lead if you're Ravens. You know the Search and Destroy woes. A map 1 victory would be massive for this team. They have some advantages maybe early in this series, but it gets scarier as we go. And this time, you bring it within 50. Sib lines up 2 on the other side. So Felony and TJ, they're in the rotation 2 next, but Sib making a big play to slow them down. And Sky says, nice shot, big guy, and nades him.
It happens. It happens. But much needed P5 from NYSL. They were down 50, now within 10. They also have spawns for P2. Well, kind of, as Hydra is going to spawn here his teammate in Kismet. But controlling the middle of the map are the subliners, finding a lot of the kills. Kismet, he's on 3 in a row, looking for number 4. But both teams just vying for control. You can see Kid just making sure nothing spawns up behind him. He's going to back on up as Sib and Hydra get on the hill.
Yeah, as you said, Kid is still kind of working on that streak for now. We'll see if he's able to get through. It's Hydra, though, that's dancing inside of the point. The awareness is on, the comms are in, and Gwen is dropped. Nice plays there from Hydra.
Somebody gets through, though. Looks like TJ. Okay, he's going to get spotted. TJ, I think, able to spot Skies for a second, kind of climbing on up there. Just tries to push through. Maybe to sneak towards P2. Clay with a nice little slide. And hits the Renetti. This will make things messy for now. No,
Clay played a couple big moments because Hydra started to work on his spree. Kismet was on 4 in a row. Clay kills both of them and then slides in with the pistol. So nice little sequence there from Clay. Not going to lead to any time, but maybe making sure no added utility coming in the way of streaks. To Hydra we go. He will get dropped. Kismet now with the follow-up and pre-aim. Clay can't quite get out the window. And this has been, when was the last time the Ravens really got a point?
Yeah, P5 for a few seconds, and then you had that break right on back. It's really since the P4, it has been all NYSL, 3 hills in a row. Finally, they're going to get on here. 20 seconds left, but you can see Clay and Fellow, they're playing safe for that P3 rotation. So a great job from NYSL to extend this lead, but Carolina in a desperate moment find some time and win the rotation.
Yeah, I mean, it looks so good, what feels like just a moment ago, but after the perfect hold, not a whole lot to write home about. Thankfully, that hold, though, is why they're in the game. But yeah, you need to kind of stop the bleeding a little bit. If you are Royal Ravens, subliners are started to get going, starting to run away with this. You have the setup now if you're Royal Ravens. Is your chance to pounce. To listen in now with Carolina we go.
Right, okay, tunnel, save weak. I'm leaving it. Push it. They want top stone, 2 top 10. Top 10 and top stone. Got one. Left side, top 10, left side, he's back out. Catwalk, one on me, one in. I have your shot, Top to top, and he goes. In 10, I got 1, 2 top, another one, Paco. Paco's the 3, he's weak. I need a top. Low, 1 shot. Oh, yep, saw you. 1 shot low. Absolutely, laying down. Laying down. In tunnel, I think 1 tunnel. No let's save it. Post up on 1 shot, laying down, 1 shot. 1 bullet, left side stacks, 1 bullet. Hit the stacks. I'm nading it. One to the left, too, yo. I'm trying to get our left. In 1 top. Here's 1 shot, I don't have left. 1 top, Kismet, weak. Kismet, got him. Another one's still in tunnel. No? Yeah, still tunnel somewhere. We'll come left with you, come on. Yeah, we should go left. I just like, tunnel. 2 in goal, dead, 1 more, in the room. 1 top, got it. You said 1 computers, right? No, that was Hydra, Okay. We killed top third, kids. I'm 1 shot, I can't challenge him. I'm not P5 right now? Yeah, I'm looking at your P2 window. Top third, weak. Kismet, 1 shot, let it, P2 window, I think. Yo, 1 back left. P2 window, or trips. He's at the back left fucking, top P2 weak. Yeah, I'm gonna hit mid alley. There's 2 left. Okay. Guys reloading, 1 shot. And Kismet's there, deep mid alley, 1 shot. He's on the box, you can rip him. He's close on me. I got another guy's loading somewhere. Yep. I'm coming front. He's got Tom. He's like front side Tom. Guys loading somewhere. I hear you front side Tom. I'm challenging. Yo, top 3. Kismet, bro. I got guys. How'd we get Tom? 1 top 3rd. And 1, it's spawn front. Sip front. We can time 1 bullet time, yo. 1 bullet time. 1 bullet time. I spawned in the back. I just 1 bullet time. I got the 1 shot. Top 3. Top 3 spawn. Kill me. Top 3. Kismet. On your guys' side. Top 3. Right above you guys. You heard. I'm rolling. Top 3 got me. Child P5, let me hurry up. Make sure Sib was behind us. I don't know where he's going. Top 10. Caesar, I'm 1 shot. I'm nading it. Dead. Nice, good job. I need a top. Absolutely here, bro. Your P2 pushed out? Pinch. Your P2 pushed out? Yeah, I killed the kid off hold. Hey, these tunnel guys, what the fuck? Tunnel.
You heard the comms from Fellow there. Got Chow P5 would be hurry up. Him and Gwen able to get the opening kill, set up for this next hard point. I mean, beginning to listen, it's like a perfect 60. After that, maybe some frustrating moments as they weren't quite able to get the break, but they're right back in this game.
Yeah, they were close, right? It's just TJ could never find Hydra on the hill, but I mean, pretty solid comms there from Carolina. As they were constantly calling out names, and then Clay now able to earn that 6 free. So a cruise missile to work with, and P5 was very difficult for them to break on through. But this time it is them set up, as you had NYSL set up at P4. Saw Clay get that player off scrap time, but this is almost a tie game. And while Clay got a cruise, so did Kiz.
1 cruise in. Gwyn on 4, basically a tie game. Clay's Cruz now thrown into the fray. What can he find? Trying to curl it in, not going to hit. Hydra able to avoid that for now as the seconds keep on going now for Royal Ravens. Next hardpoint though, ready to pop. First team there, NYSL, 3 on the outside, looking to cut him down, and Gwyn's able to get 2. It's a trophy that'll take out TJ, but will Gwyn's double with the Renetti be enough to get them set up? Same spot we saw Hydra in last time through, making plays. Gwyn wanting to be the hero, but it's Kismet getting him out of it.
Yeah, but at least hit the cruise if you are Gwyn. So a cruise on him to work with extra utility, and then off spawn, you're able to find 3. So this cruise is going to hit Skies off the hill. And well, he's just going to try to find a couple off spawn, able to find 1, gives them numbers. Skies gets spotted by Clay. And it's just all this middle of the map slaying right now for Carolina, setting up for this P2. As all these trades going down, you see number 6 and Sib just trying to lock down the middle of the map in New York, just trying desperately to get them off the hill.
227, 217, 10 points separate these squads, 10 left on the hard point. You see the lock popping up on the map, bottom left is Clay, a tough gunfight there, maybe losing aim assist with the railing, and Hydra able to make him pay with the wall bang, but now let's focus on this next hard point, set up inside. It's Fellow. TJ locating the kills. Clay with the 3rd. 15 to go now for the victory. And spawning out as NYSL. You've got to go. You continue to cause pains if you're Royal Ravens for this NYSL side as they frantically try to scramble across. To Clayster's POV we go as he's trying to hold with the angle. 5 to go for the W. The kills are there. Gwyn with another double. Shut down. All 4 wiped. And those are the final couple of ticks as it's 3 to Fellow to close it out. And once again, Royal Ravens creating problems.
It's a sub-base, man. It is their home. It really is. They are 5-2. Well, now 6-2 on the year. They were able to beat Seattle. It's always these close 20-point games. Just feels the way this map is, but they live in this chaos, these chaotic sub-base moments. You get a couple of streaks. I don't know if they were the best streaks with the cruises to use on that P1, but it does not matter for Carolina. You get outslayed, and you're able to find that victory.
A monster map there from Gwyn as he puts up 30 plus, almost 6K damage. I mean, damage just by far leading the way on his particular side. But Gwyn, we know he's been able to do that in the respawns. He's been so great for them. You heard Ali, though, mention kind of that 0.7 in Search and Destroy. Maybe even where it's been a little bit lackluster. We'll see if he can carry this momentum over into the map, too. But you're talking about one of the best search teams in the game on the other side of it. But before we get to the search, let's look through some of the highlights here.
Yeah, I mean, it was just sort of a nice early start here for Carolina. You know, they did set up at P3, and then at P4, they were kind of gifted by New York. They hit it so late. They flipped the spawns out right around this moment. You get that early pressure, and that's kind of it. And then this just turns into a full 60, and then New York goes on their run for the next 3 hills or so. Carolina able to respond, but it was just sort of this back and forth battle.
Yeah, because they held them to right around like 100-ish for 3-4 hard points, as you said. Like, I thought it was just going to get away from completely. Maybe the frustrations were going to start to overwhelm them. New York was really going to get deep in their bag and start to dominate it, but not going to be the case. A couple of full 60s, the difference for them. And there were a few times where like they'd have 2 dead kind of set up around the point. Had a couple players have to step it up with multi-kills. It felt like Gwyn was bailing them out. Clay a couple of times. There's some big individual moments as we take a look at the overall game flow, but all sorts of lead changes kind of tight from the get-go.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, back and forth battle. And then both P5s, the teams did an excellent job just really when they were early set up. That's where you can see that lead come in towards the back half of the map for Carolina. Then those cruises come through, just keep New York off of P1, win that rotation towards P2, and then it's just that 4-man hit that New York not able to find any success on.
Well, the fact is, I mean, you're going to need to win that map 1. You're going to need to win some of these respawns if you're going to win this series, because unless something... Listen, how big of a deal... Okay, when you talk about, like, the online part of it, I mean, it's become pretty standard, right, that you have... I mean, it was like team houses for a while, then, you know, sort of how your team buildings, right, where you're going to play, like, different sort of setups. It's been pretty standard now for a while. They haven't had that Is there a way that maybe it helps them a bit in search or just overall?
I mean, I think, you know, obviously when you're in the same room, it's all about an intensity and comms thing, right?
Sure.
We've talked about like warming up, but also warming up sort of your communication. It has to be on point. And when you're all sort of in the same room, I think there's a little bit more motivation there, especially early on, to sort of lock in a bit more with that. So I think it is it's a good thing for them, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I know. Like, it was more of a thing. You know, I started commentating back in the Halo days. It was more of a thing, sort of the teammate screen watching back then with like longer respawn timers, like a little bit in COD, but not quite as much. You're in the action so fast. You're all sitting there like watching your teammate screen, so not really as huge of a part of it. But yeah, maybe just that'll help them just with the passion and stuff. You got some players that have been competing forever. Just get them in the room, get them fired up. We know the kind of the fire plug that Clay can be, especially.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Yeah, for Carolina. And then on the New York side, I don't know if sub-base is it. Like, they've played a lot of it. But it just feels like maybe they want that map in the back pocket for some deep tournament runs, right? But FaZe is going to veto it. Maybe Ultra and Optic play it a little bit more and more. But you see the S&D records right there. It has been so one-sided. 21-8 for the subliners.
Well, it is interesting when you think about it, because if you're one of the top 4 teams, I mean, right now, you know, after Major 1, team to beat Ultra, right? Team to beat now is FaZe. Sub-base ain't gonna matter in that.
That's what I'm saying. I'd love to see them play like Vista.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter in that matchup whatsoever. That will be banned 100%. But all right, into the Search and Destroy we go. Trying to see if maybe Royal Ravens can get a Search and Destroy when the struggles have...
They're gonna continue. No.
Well, we led right into that. Team kill. Basically, immediately, his TJ ripped out of this one. 4v3 advantage for NYSL. And yikes. We'll see if Gwen, Felony, maybe can bail them out of a rough opening round.
I don't even know what he blew up to. He's using like the lobby by the stairs. But you get the bomb down. You're down a man. 2 versus 3. Now, this is the first time both of these teams are playing this 0-0 for both of them throughout the year. Usually, Invasion is the go-to.
Vending machines have come alive if they're attacking.
Those are Transformers. That would be horrifying. As Gwen trying to get this retake. It's doable now. It's a 1 versus 2, and they do it. The team kill doesn't matter. Fellow and Gwyn clutch up in the 2 versus 3.
Listen, you look back to the Search and Destroy, the major between these two teams, back to the Invasion. Felony was that guy. He had so many moments. I know you end up losing that in round 11, but he had the ace. He had so many bright individual spots. This guy was the playmaker. Here, a lot more of it going to go to Gwen, but the fact I mean, it's a 2v4. Well, 3v4. I mean, the 2v4 is pretty quick, right? The trade comes in almost right after, but still unbelievable stuff. And TJ's probably, oh, thanks, boys. Or Clay. He's like, thanks, guys.
Yeah, sets up Gwyn. We just talked about it, right? Fantastic in the respawn, struggling a bit in Search and Destroy. Maybe needs a map like Rio where you can get loose a little bit. And even when the clock is against them with 20 seconds, plays can still be made.
Yeah, it's not like a high-rise or something where sometimes you just feel like you're on a leash if you have a rival in hand. Like, yes, here you definitely have some more playmaking ability, and we'll see what he continue to do. But yeah, I asked if he would carry the momentum over. It seems like the answer is a resounding yes in this round 1. Now they get the quick plant done. Felony backing all the way up, and he's going to get some info. We'll see if New York's able to isolate him early or how long you're able to dance, or if they're just going to ignore him, leave him back there. That looks to be the call. Screw it.
I mean, it's the right call as well. So there we go. They're going to just start the retake. Now it's down to Gwyn. Get some awkward timing with a headbutt, but all down to Fellow. He was left alone on an island. Has some room to work with. Got 1 player weak, 15 seconds left. Really just needs to find a player on the defuse.
Just not able to win the next fight. I thought maybe because it was such a fast plant, ends up being time, works against him. Maybe you just have to win. One more crazy one if you're a Fellow. But no, I think the big thing is just, yeah, I kind of said, are they going to isolate him or ignore him? It was before I finished talking, they had already ignored him. It was no hesitation.
Yeah, quick decision there from the subliners in for Fellow. Yeah, he's just hoping maybe to find one in the spawn, but he gets the info. The problem is New York just let him be, so he gets set up, and he almost has that second kill.
It's tough. It's like, how else do you play that? It's like you have to back up. You know you're going to get 2, 3 on one child. But then if they ignore you quickly, it's like, okay, I'm probably going to have to clutch up. Well, you hope your team gets a couple more, yeah.
Yeah, that's a 1v2. That's probably a little bit more doable.
Yeah. Now tied up 1-1. Yeah, well, Gwyn with 3. The first, Kismet, now it was his turn. He's got 3.
And this is how Rio goes. We're just changing up the pace, seeing if one team's going to make a move. 4-man pushes, retakes. But it's a slow offense here for the subliners. Almost able to get Fellow. He's going to back on up.
He was unbelievable, I think. He got smoked.
And it's just a stalemate right now. Here we go. Maybe the first push. Gwyn and Hydra squaring off. And on the other side, Fellow survives and gets a first blood.
TJ, who originally had to back down from the nade damage, is now just getting lost in the sauce. But he's got the help there from Clay. Clay, though, traded out quickly over to Felony. Bunch of tags him with the pistol, but not quite the kill. Loses him for a second, but he's so weak. The hip fire finishes it. Now Sib, last alive, 1 versus 2, just under 30 on the clock. Bombs down. Here top mid, you're just hunting. What kind of timing do you get? Ends up being brilliant. Wins the first fight. Way to get back to full HP. 1 versus 1. TJ. Sib. Been able to get the bomb back now. Rival in hand as well. Goes for the plant. What does TJ's timing turn out to be? Turns out to be perfect. TJ wins the 1v1. The Iceman returneth for the round.
Yeah, and it starts with Fellow getting that first blood. Then that skirmish kind of goes down where New York get pushed up Eskies. But nice trades from Carolina. And I mean, Sim plays that well. Plays that well. Doesn't shoot at the first player. Allows his second one to come through the doorway. Just kind of hoping gets a better timing on TJ that second time. But TJ very patiently just plays the clock and knows he's got to go for the plant.
Seems like another one. Back and forth we go. These two teams, even when it's been a 3-0, the maps have been so tight. Can't avoid each other at the majors. Continue to try to make adjustments against each other as this year goes on. It's Clay, utility exhausted mid-map, just connects with the trophy. As he isolates himself on the top side of the map, it's a 3-man push now towards the A site. Point man for subliners will be Sib.
Well, he gets smoked out. And he opts to go for it. I don't hate it, but that is a risky play with an MCW. Sees the smoke down and just sprints through it. But that's not even the first blood. Gwyn almost connects onto the second, but it is a 1v3 now for Skies.
No, I mean, you nailed it. Like, we've seen, I mean, it comes to mind last week, like, Standy kind of just, like, hits it. You find a timing with a rival, and you're able to make some sort of crazy play. With MCW, yeah, a little bit more difficult to try and come up with a play there, but Skies not able to come up with one either as Carolina get another one up. 3-1 lead. So far, so good in the Carolina camp.
I mean, I think the big thing, too, is, you know, you're really shutting down Hydra. This is a map where you just feel like if he can get loose, God, the guy can make it his playground, but he's struggling so far, maybe just getting caught. What, it's been all Kismet and Sib. Skies finally gets on the board, but 1-8 for those two.
TJ gets going now in a big way. You know, we've been wondering if this Royal Ravens team would start to click and search a little, considering just some of the pedigree you have of some of the players. Sure, later parts of their career, but S&D is S&D.
Yeah, it's surprising it's taken maybe them this long to bring Rio into the mix.
Yeah. I mean, Rio has probably been the best addition we've had this year. It really is. It's so good for Search and Hardpoint, but it's Clay now with the first blood. Chance to go up 4-1 round count if they can solidify this 4v3, but kind of a taste of their own medicine. It's a fast plant down for NYSL, so it's clock working against you. 30 seconds to go. TJ can't win the fight. To a 3 versus 3 now. Gwyn, though, able to take down Kismet as we continue on. 20 on the clock.
Yeah, they're going to hop this defuse, but you get all that info from TJ. And now Clay able to find the first buys, and hits the shot as well with the Renetti. But there we go. That first blood, the numbers, and then TJ, while he dies on that pinch, he's like, hey, there is 2 near P2. The flank of vending is open. Be ready for that. But I saw 2 players get on that bomb for the defuse.
Yeah, I mean, that thing's done like at the start of that second gunfight, basically. As he hops it, Clay with all 4. It's kind of an odd ace because the kill that comes in when the defuse is already getting done, but he gets the ace. I don't even know what the winning condition was there because I think the defuse ended like right before he got the kill. It was interesting. But he'll be on the 4 streak. Now you just try to close this out. And I mean, a big part of this, honestly, is, I mean, Hydra's one of the best search players and best playmakers in Search and Destroy we have in this league. And you got him on a goose for 5 rounds in.
Being a playmaker, but he gets spotted by TJ. I say he was going to be behind enemy lines. It still is. Gwyn's trying to hunt for the trade, does a good job to track him. But as I say, you had sort of this execute going over towards B. He was behind him, but behind the first blood, Kiz now will keep that man advantage on their side. Does a good job snapping on a Gwyn. But Gwyn able to win the gunfight, so he's up to 8-4. Regen, so still clutch is possible, but does have bomb down bridge side.
I mean, the one thing for you, they're not grouped up, right? So you might be able to get a couple of one-on-ones. Well, that starts to not be a thing anymore.
Might get spotted.
Now they've gotten together. Yeah, now he's been spotted.
At least I thought he was.
Nope. Guess not. Yeah, I don't know how wide he peeked the bridge, what the time it was exactly, but he just saw one. There's a little bit of info, and the other info comes in the way of bullets. Sib takes him down. Hydra gets his first in the round. Defuse comes through easily, and NYSL get a much-needed one.
Yeah, able to work the defuse, yeah. Yeah, I thought Sib, or Skies, wasn't sure who it was watching that top bridge, watching the cross, but doesn't happen. So he's able to get that plan in. But yeah, just the numbers a little bit too much. They have the MCW with the angle. A nice job from NYSL.
Now we'll see if Hydra can start to find some openings. I mean, this map, you know, it can be, I mean, there are a lot of angles you can take from mid. You can find some timings to kind of get behind enemy lines and wreak some havoc, but more often than not, you're going to have to win a gunfight to get to that position, and he has just not been able to kind of pick them apart.
Well, it's a lot of, you know, he likes to play these lurk roles, get to certain positions, make plays. Like Rio, it's just so, I don't know, sort of team-based four-man hits where...
It's just very, I guess, straight-up map.
It's just sort of these initial gunfights, and then we'll see what happens. Or you're just traded out instantly. But bomb planted, we're into another 4 versus 4. Looks like a bit of a 2-2 split here for Carolina. As TJ, Gwyn, I thought they were opting to flank, but they're going to back up through vending.
He's doing a good job making sure he can't be elusive, but if he's been taken out of this one, Sib has not. He's on 4 in a row, and he's hitting, working on an ace, maybe. Nah, it's Hydra that's going to get the last, a clean one there from NYSL. Building towards streaks is Sib. Building towards a comeback are subliners.
Yeah, doing a good job not giving up as many first bloods. Finding maybe some more time he's top middle. Hydra using that smoke on his advantage. And then, yeah, Sib, I mean, guy's a shooter.
That's one way to describe. Yeah, if I like, what do you think of Sib's gameplay? That guy's a shooter. That's,
yeah.
that's good. No, it's a good way to put it, honestly. One more needed to potentially get that cruise. But the 4-1 lead. Distant memory now, and well, the early nades. I mean, it was New York that was pulling some rabbits out of the hat at the major, right, with some of their tosses in the early going. This one, the team is able to connect. You get another first blood, and you're crawling back into this.
Yeah, Carolina now just kind of still just going for this. They almost catch Hydra, but they're worried about
Kismet's coming
where
up.
where the flanks are. TJ just gonna opt for the plant now. 2 versus 4. Kiz on the pinch and just buys enough time. There are those trades, and the difference just the numbers early on in these rounds for New York.
You know, how you were kind of talking about how it's pretty straight up map. Like, you know, you can keep eyes on people, but when that starts to dissolve and you can't hold every angle in every lane is usually when there's early first blood and you're suddenly down a man who can't pick up the flank.
Yeah, it seemed a little odd. It seemed like Carolina wanted to just push through to their side at one point, and then they kind of backed away and were like, let's just plant. Hope we get some timings on our side. So maybe a little mix-up in the comms, or thought they were going to chase Hydra.
It's probably just one of those things where you had a great play and then you lost someone, and then 3 seconds into the round and the plane kind of dissolves. 3 straight now. 4 subliners. No early nade first blood this time around, but they pushed out deep in the garage on the A side of it. You're just getting aggressive for information now if you're Royal Ravens. They've cleared all of mid. They're starting to push back through the spawn. They've isolated Sib. That's just great job just kind of opening up the map if you were Carolina.
Yeah, so, you know, Sib sacrificed himself pretty much for this plant. But they just wrap all the way back. With a small map like this, does not take long. So now Carolina just groups on up for the 2 versus 4. Now it just comes down to some individual plays. Kismet is trying to flank all the way through, and he might get a good timing here, but TJ reads that. Great play from Tej, and while it may not turn into the kill, at least his teammates know where he's coming from. That should allow them to work to the fuse, and it is just that.
And that's an example when you got all 4 people up and you have someone that can take that read or check that angle. You only have 2 or 3 people? Probably not. Kismet gets through again. This time you got everybody up. You make the play, you get the defuse, and yeah, you needed that one because you were a slippery slope here with 3 straight. 4 in YSL. Now you're a round away. Carolina, no strangers to maybe going up 2-0 in this particular series, but still, a search win would be huge for them.
Yeah, just maybe put this in the map pool, right? Give them some confidence to pick Rio. But nice job in that round, finding Sib on the flank and just regrouping behind that first blood.
Now we'll see how they plan to attack this offense. Just sort of playing it slow, waiting for some of the tacticals and nades to come in. There's an early aggressor. They run right past each other. Kismet gets to the opening. Gwen is able to trade it. Just kind of an awkward sequence there by the Vanda Garage. Early flank though.
Yeah, Hydra gets through. This is what he's so good at, right? Just finding these little timings. And this is all just waiting on Clay. Clay is sort of flanking all the way through on a long route. And he's going to catch Skies, but he needs his teammate to buy enough time. That's all this is saying. Wait for me, wait for me. Hopefully Clay can get there, but enough time passes and Skies almost snaps. But there is Clay on the long route.
Ooh. He snaps. He just only had 50 HP or whatever it was as Clay closes it out. But, you know, Gwen was massive there because I know he gets the awkward timing to start that, but he's able to trade it quickly. And then what? Before Hydra's flank comes through, I think Gwen got another one before he dropped. So just a way that you can sort of keep the numbers even there. And, well, a big part of why Clay's eventually able to get there.
Yeah, I mean, even just the comments probably before that, it's Clay like, I'm giving up the flank, be ready around P2. And I think that's why that player at boxes was ready for Hydra to hit that. Hydra with a chance there maybe to close the round out, but loses that gunfight. And then it just comes down to a couple of timings. Skies almost brings it back, but Gwen with a hell of a series so far, and they needed him in Search to step up and does it.
They did. You know, Search has been one of the woes for him, a guy that's hypercritical of himself, but he's not playing to the capabilities he knows he can do. And
there'll be a tweet.
Yeah, there usually is. Win or loss, he's got something to say, but he's been such a delightful young talent. 2 great maps for him, and you know, if you can win a series like this, there are a lot of conversations that go into trying to pick like Rookie of the Year, and more often than not, it's going to come down to maybe what you did at majors, but it's a body of work over the course of the whole year, and wins like this, if you're able to take out a top 4 team and you have a series like he's alluding to right now, could be absolutely terrific. But we got 2 maps in, Royal Ravens up 2-0, but they're no strangers to those advantages, no strangers to the potential reverse sweep, and New York have got to rally back, rip off 3 straight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Ballin' can't beat me up 'cause I'm back in my zone now. 'Cause I'm back in my zone now. My zone now.
Ballin' can't beat me up 'cause I'm back in my zone now. Back in my zone now.
Welcome back, Shaw. The subliners, as they try to think through things. Civ staring off into the sunset, staring into an 0-2 deficit and trying to bring it back.
Oh, he's doing sunset, probably just a wall.
Yeah, probably the wall, Joe. Although I do kind of want to get one of those. You know when you see in like sci-fi movies? This made me think of it, where they're on like a spaceship or something, and they'll have like that hologram wall where it can turn into anything. Like you're looking out into the a valley, like into the mountains. Like
not sure they have that.
Yeah, but that made me think of that. Like I want that. Okay. I don't know how my brain got there, but it did.
That's just a screensaver. You could probably just get that.
Well, no, but I want it to be like my whole like a virtual reality experience in my house.
Okay.
I want hologram walls.
How did you even get there?
I have no goddamn idea.
Yeah.
Honestly, but. How did subliners get into an 0-2 hole against Carolina, Joe?
Oh, well, they played sub-base in Rio, so that's it, and they lost both of those. Here's the good thing, though, in this matchup. You know, NYSL is 3-0 in control versus the Ravens, and here is the last 60 days between these two teams. So Carolina, you know, pretty solid in control, 6-3, but New York just a little bit better, and you see in those round 5s where they are 3-0.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it's been one of the problems for Royal Ravens. I mean, I'm not saying they're coming out and going up 1-0 or 2 in every series, but they've had edges. The control has been a struggle at times since the team has kind of come together, and you've fallen apart a little bit and got reverse swept. Things have come, the wheels have come off per se, but at least over these last 2 months, it's been better. You know, the respawns have been improving, but not quite to subliners.
No, not quite. And, you know, this Highrise Control, I think the last 2 times they played, it's been both round 5s. So it was a 3-2 on land at our last major that New York was able to win it. And then the series before that online, that's when I think the reverse sweep started for subliners. So there you can see Highrise Control first and second for NYSL, but Carolina not far behind at 4th and 5th in those attacking defensive win percentages.
I forget what there was one round that was crazy. There was some crazy moment in this. I'm struggling to remember like what went down. But there was some nutty stuff going on as we check out.
We're just finding stuff all the time in that office.
I love it.
Pictures of cats and dogs, and now we have figurines.
Meow! I was going to do the dinosaur noise next, but wasn't entirely sure how. Flurry of kills. Goes down on the board, though. Skies, the last one up there for a moment, is trying to deal with the pressure from Gwen, and it's going to come to the nade. It's able to take him down, but he's on the receiving end of one as well. Now the battle gets back to mid-map. Neither team really get anybody pinned yet. He's not kind of working around the flank. Number 8, I'll be Hydra. He's going to be looking to find openings whenever he can.
Yeah, and you know, when you look at this matchup specifically between these two teams, the ARs really dominate and control. Skies and Sib lead the way, both around a 1.2. The player that has struggled for the Ravens, and he's been a great control player on the year, has been Clay. He's got like a .77 versus NYSL in control, so we'll see if he steps up. Having a solid round so far. But it's Skies and Zip on a map like Highrise, kind of makes sense.
Listen, Clay is still a shooter. This guy's been competing forever, but like this is what, from a raw gunny standpoint, one of the tougher AR matchups you're going to get.
No doubt about it.
And you've got 2 aggressive subs that are going to be in your face as well. It can be so tough to do, but Gwen keeping it going right where he left off. He had a monster map 1 and 2. Bodies them here. Locked in is NYSL. Good luck. Bodies stacking. This Carolina dominate. And it was what, like I think it was like 25-25 in live, something like that. And from that point forward, night.
And that's what can happen, right? It's sort of these moments where you send 3 or 4 over towards that B point. If you watch the Optic Phase series, both teams did such a good job. When a team gave up B, they just trapped them in, giving up map control, dealing with those players on the objective. Kind of the same thing here, only this time they didn't give up the objective at all.
And I think that's just a really good start, too, if you're Carolina, because, you know, subliners were frustrated. You kind of saw their face cams. Like, you know, you're in this 0-2 hole. Don't let them, like, come out and get some early positive momentum in this. Just choke them out like you did there. As Gwen still, I mean, they win this map and he has a monster map. It's his best series of the year. Can he keep doing it? And I have no stats to support that. I'm just making that up. But
sounds good to me.
If they get 3-0 over New York and he's leading the way the whole way, I'll go ahead and say it. But so far, so good for New York in this round.
Yeah, maybe the one player who at times kind of leads them on these comebacks is Kiz. And he was 0-4, now up to 3-4. When he starts getting nasty, winning some key gunfights, it just feels like this is a different team. As things slow down here a bit, is Fellow and Clay gonna find some gunfights? Kiz shooting at everything, poles, rails included. But he's got the Renetti, gets on the point.
Yeah, Gwen's been kind of playing safe to some degree because he's been working on these streaks. And unfortunately, he's on 4 in a row. He drops, and that ends up being Kismet's 5th. I mean, he was really trying to find a free kill if he could, just never quite able to find it. Now the crew's going to be earned as the Bulldog.
Yeah.
He's chomping at the bit.
I mean, from 0-4 to 6 in a row.
Yeah.
If that doesn't really show you what Highrise Control is like, that's just it. Just feels like if you get into some of your positions, win a couple of key gunfights, the map is yours. If not, you're stuck in the blender.
It's just, yeah, it's just this non-ending cycle of people getting set to their spots, just running into pre-aimed MCW. It's like, yeah, having an absolute blast. But there has been no offense whatsoever.
Just saw those stats with how good they are, right? I mean, but props to both the defenses. You are going to one player on to A for now, and that's Gwyn. He's able to win a gunfight. Allows his teammate to get off the spawn, so maybe we get a take here.
I feel like I'm watching some of those like old Lakers Spurs series. It's like final score 79-76.
And we got a take. There's one.
A little bit of offense.
Okay.
Maybe leading to more. Gwen trying to get dirty. He gets dropped. Now the other side of it, though, looking for a tick if you're able to there. The contest comes in. Amos says, hello, where are you? Felony able to recenter and snap and get the kill. Now a tick over at B. What has happened here? A 6v11 now is what, a 20v11, I think? Yeah, a 9-life favor at one point if you were subliners, but the pressure's on them to push because you're on the point. B is almost done. A minute extension coming in. Kill still flying through. The Royal Ravens are flying. Caw! All 4 are dead. Onto the point. They are sending it. The cruise has got to come in from Kismet.
Might be too late.
Will it connect? Doesn't matter.
Just a second late, and this reminds me of that cruise we saw on land, that invasion search.
Felonies, yeah.
Fellows, but this time it's the opposite party. But what does this all start with? Gwyn at A, he wins a couple of gunfights, and he gets his teammates out of it. They were trapped. If it's not for that, it's 1-1.
Yeah, I compared this to a Lakers-Spurs series of old. It turned into, I guess, like a Robert Horry clutch 3. I don't know what just happened there, but no offense to an eruption there from the Royal Ravens. Unbelievable stuff. Now up, it's this 2-0 lead, which again, they are familiar with this lead. But can they close it out? Can they find the ice? Or does Subliner slowly begin to thaw them out?
Hydra trying to find the pinch, able to find one and the second. Maybe opens up A, at least pauses the clock. TJ Joe just kind of peppering. Kismet able to back up and then a team kill. Well, not really a team kill, but Gwyn, he's off the map. So.
Only way to slow this man down right now, 15-8.
Himself.
Having a series. Kismet just looking to pre-aim and hold, but Gwen right back into the mix. Double positive in this. Hydra maybe looking around for a trade or kill, but not coming through yet. 50 seconds to go. Just 1 minute gameplay. All you need right now if you're Royal Ravens. The things maybe start to fall apart. It's 3 for Hydra. Wheels. Maybe not off yet, but you got a flat tires. The triple from Hydra's leading to more. Kismet able to get it. 4 in a row for Hydra. Progression on the point, and the second bit is done.
Somebody get a trophy down, please. This guy's been stunned 100 times. The nades, though, do not connect. And as you said, 1 minute. Now it looks like a minute is going to be added on as B is complete. The one good thing for New York is that, going down 2-0, you didn't give up any streaks, so there wasn't that extra utility for the Ravens to work with. But now the hard part, getting A captured.
And Hydra needed 1 more, I think, for another cruise. Doesn't come through. Skies is working his way around, trying to make sure he isn't like Fat Spider-Man and breaks his ankles. He does find the opening there, able to take down Fellow, but you do get 2 through on the feet at the same time for Royal Ravens. That's going to be everybody, though. Now everyone coming off a spawn. You got 2 people forward if you were subliners. The other 2 trying to rally across. Now everybody from Royal Ravens battling out of their base. The trophy's not there. The nade is able to hit. Now the gun's getting into position. Gwyn can't quite dance. And the last person here is Fellow. Does he win it? He does! Fellow goes huge!
And the key here is you're trading so well if you're Carolina, right? You're only leaving 1 player alive. You are down in lives, though, so have to start tipping the scales towards your way. Finding multi-kills as a squad, and they are doing just that with map control. TJ, oh, he does find the one though.
Ooh, nice little drop shot at the end of that is Sib. Nice individual moment from him yet again. 5-9 the lives department. Another banger at the tail end of this round. Hydra trying to get aggressive. How many can he find? Able to at least finish one before he drops, so the rest of the kills come through. No respawns remaining now.
It's one though.
4 Royal Ravens, 3 versus 6. Clay on the point lurking at the offsite. You've got Gwyn. Here we go. Clay able to win it. Tries to get away with his life, but the trade does come through. 2 people left. TJ, Gwyn trying to go monstrous. Gwyn, another. But he's traded out all to TJ. Daddy up 1 versus 4. Good luck. 1 down. That's all he'll get. And
Was close.
now it just feels like deja vu.
It's some of these key gunfights. You know, Sib won 1 more on A. I don't know who the last player was from Carolina, but if they win that, it's a 4 versus 5. And that's kind of the problem. With Sib winning that next gunfight, there's only 3 players alive for Ravens. It's much more difficult to trade effectively. Get them off that point. If you have a 4th man up, there's a chance, but they bleed them out through the lives department, and this man, Hydra, kind of opened up the round.
Ravens in desperate need of CDL points. Are a round away from some much-needed ones. But at times they've struggled to close out against teams, against subliners. Just trying to get it done. Hydra looking to get loose again. Nice recentering there as the drop shot comes in, but he's able to track. Number 5 in a row would have been there, but falls just a little bit short. Now we'll get to the point.
Yeah, nice trade so far for New York, holding map control, dealing with trophies. There's a little breathing room as Gwyn is trying to potentially work the underground. He's kind of the one player, but he's just hoping his teammates find one. Just get some of that, yeah, they know they're gonna look down here sooner or later. So Gwyn's just hoping, like, if you get a kill, maybe there's an opening, but Sky shuts both of the players down.
As he gets to, you gotta reevaluate this next push. If you are Royal Ravens, you get staggered a bit again as you're trying to push out of this.
Dude, fellas had some of these long gunfights, like through fences and boxes, that he just has the composure to keep winning them.
Yeah, just kind of recenter, track when maybe the assist isn't there. As once again, the push gets thwarted, and it's looking like we're going to a round 5. Another solid defensive effort from subliners about to come through. Nobody gonna get close. To round 5 we go.
You know, I'll be honest, through all the chaos, I wasn't counting takes like I normally do, so we'll see who has round 5 defense.
Honestly, I kind of blacked out in the round.
Yeah, you were cawing like a bird.
Yeah, I turned into a bird. It's my superpower.
That's your superpower.
I just can't fly. I just squawk.
Okay.
So I have none of the benefits of a bird.
Got it, the bald eagle.
Yeah.
Without wings.
It'd be pretty cool to fly though, right?
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
To the final round we go.
Okay.
Composure being tested for Royal Ravens. Resilience on the line for subliners to try and get this series a bit deeper. You had such a great defensive start if you were Royal Ravens in round 1. Can you do it again? So far, so good.
Yeah, there's 3 dead. You'll take that all day. Sib, though, does find one just to clear some breathing room for his teammates. Nice shots. Everybody kind of focused on him, so his teammates out-spawned. He will get out alive, and now they can start another push. Sometimes honestly, just that one more player.
Yeah.
Just getting them some breathing room.
You've seen 3 or 4 down.
He's going to have to do it again, though.
3 or 4 down can lead to a minute wasted off the clock, right? Like, it can be huge if you get them trapped in.
He's doing it again. He's looking for number 6.
Sib in a one-man army, but that army will drop. 4 life advantage early now for Royal Ravens, and you're just hoping, can you get them pinned? A little sequence of that can milk the rest of this time. 35 seconds to go, and you've got a series victory. Gwyn's still been doing it. 26 and 18 in the game. Felony back to fighting through pipes, poles, and grates. TJ, 5 in a row.
Yeah, looking for number 6. not gonna find it. Hydra is there, but the key, nobody on the objective. It's Carolina defending it. It's Clay sliding around. There is a trade. Power positions, though, over the Ravens. That's going to be 3 dead at a crucial time. Sim is the last man. That is all 4 as Gwyn flying through up to 29. Almost able to snap on to 30. Gets caught onto a box.
That damn box is Gwynny Poo. Nearly another 30 in the respawns, but it's desperation time with 11.9 to go. You're back onto the point if you are subliners, and a chance for a heroic moment. Oh my God, not again, sweet baby Jesus. As they're about to get another minute extension, and there it is. A minute 11 now to work with. Person on the other point as well. They're able to get the kill off of A, but you got to rebound now if you're Royal Ravens. This time around, at least you have a little bit of a life advantage.
Yeah, I mean, who again is it just trying to compose this map? It's Fellow. Hits a nade onto A, then wins the next gunfight to give them some map control. On the other side, though, Hydra has come alive these last few rounds. He's up to 33. Now trying to make the Deddy play through underground. Is someone going to pick this up? He's just saying, buy time, I'm here. He has arrived, able to find the first, now trying to finesse and play his life. His teammates on the point. That's going to be Skies, and that might do it.
They got to get back. They got to try back and try to fight this. You just need half of a tick to go. Someone's got to get in and try and contest it. They're not able to do it. And my God, New York, they come away with a win, just on the verge of defeat, just enough to get it done. Hydra,
it's in here. He's like, I picked Carolina to win, so I'm at the desk ready to gloat.
Brother, what is that map?
I mean, they went Gwyn's 3-piece. There's 4 dead. What? And they all just died.
Yeah, they did, Joe.
You gotta find 1 at minimum, or 2.
You know, I hated that I kept just alluding to it. I think I said about 5 times they've been in this spot before and let us play. And ultimately, they did, Joe.
Yeah,
they did.
They did.
They're a breath away from a series 3-0 over subliners. One of the better wins they've had. And Gwyn is going hard in the paint. He's putting up numbers. 6K damage again, 30 plus.
And on one side, we talked about sort of sub-base being this thorn for New York. I mean, in this matchup, Highrise has been that thorn for Carolina. Right, they're just not opting to play another control map, but I mean, they're moments away, moments every single time. But New York's just got the edge.
Exactly. Like, how do you think like, oh, it's a map thing when you're so close? Like, you probably should win these last 2 at least that they faced off. But you know, when I think about how little time was on the clock, listen, there were a lot of moments, but you know what it might be for me? Like, no bullshit. Sib in the beginning of that round. Just making sure they didn't get pinned in, because if they got like that 3-4 down right away and locked them in, Joe, they got the point with 11 seconds left. Those 11 seconds don't exist if that goes differently there. Well, he bought them time and kept them out.
Yeah, he did it at A as well in the previous round. Him and Hydra just staying on the objective. We saw it from Gwyn as well. Just these players winning some key gunfights. And sometimes that's all it takes is to win one and buy time. Bring the attention back to you.
And I mean, a great play by Hydra at the end. I mean, obviously, you know, he takes the route. But what? He gets the kill. A great job being elusive, and then also sort of the trigger discipline not to like kill his teammate. Like, he was trying to help him on the point.
Well, luckily he had to Renetti.
Yeah, I think he hit him with like a burst. Yeah. But like, if he kills his teammate at the point, clock starts to run. Someone's got to scramble over. That might get a little bit crazier, but like, big time players make big time plays as Hydra helps them out of the tail end of it, and it is a doozy of a map.
It's right here. It's 4 dead, and what happened? I mean, I'll have to go back and watch, but it just collapsed.
It is a collapse of what could be very, very painful proportions. Is one of these teams needs CDL points a whole hell of a lot more than the other. And
well, and this is kind of what the Dets was talking about. The worry now, when you go deeper into this series, it looks very one-sided. This is a great map here in Rio Hardpoint for New York. They're sitting at 4-1. The last map, Karachi, they are 7-3, one of their better S&D maps. Now it's scary here for Carolina.
Well, yeah, because if Carolina win 1 search, I'm like,
yeah.
2 isn't really a thing for them. Now they're going to need 2 maybe, but maybe they can close it out in the hard point.
Yes, we'll see.
We'll see if it goes that far. But this just feels like another moment for them where it's just so close and it slips away. We're going to take a look at last time these guys played where it went the distance. This is back on February 16th. So this is actually the qualifier. So this ignores like the stage 2 match they played on land. Yeah, but this is the last time they played in qualifier. This is how it went. So they were up 2-0 on the Highrise as well in this.
Maybe 2-1. It was something like that.
I'm pretty sure it was 2-0. I think it was 2-0 lead. Did I make that up?
Might have been 2-1, but it doesn't matter.
Okay. No, you might be right. You might be right.
But
I'm still going to pretend it was.
You see the problem here. It's like you start to get now, well, you're not having invasion Hardpoint. You have Rio. But that Karachi S&D is lurking there, map 5 again. It's lurking there, saying hello.
Sure is. And they got slammed, obviously, in that one.
And now it's just this mental battle.
Well, I mean, I think you think about it in a couple of ways. On the mental side, you know, you look pretty defeated if you were subliners, but now you got the juices flowing. If you're Carolina, I mean, yeah, it's like we thought we had it. We thought we had it done. And if you're Gwen, you're like, you're the rookie here. You're putting up a series, like having a series. 1.42 thus far, doing it across all game modes. And I think if I'm him in this moment, when you're a rookie, you're like, boys, I did enough to get the win here. We're still going, though. Does he still have something to tank?
Yeah, there's sort of this. I mean, you play this a lot if you are Carolina, 2-4, but 4-1 for New York. See, there's some, you know, kind of all over the place. Rotation first for New York, 11th for Carolina.
The time where we casted Ravens and they looked really good here and got a win was when TJ and Gwen were playing very well. Like, they got out to a hot start. Am I psychic, you think?
I don't know. You might be the script writer.
I might be, but they got out to a hot start, and they really just kind of took over from the get-go, got them at victory. They were flowing. We'll see if they can do it again here.
You might be the main character.
That's like the third time I've just like said something and it's happened this series. You love it when it works out that way.
Yeah. We'll see. He's up to 3. There's 4. Not going to find a streak, but a nice start here for Carolina, as you said. But Hydra's fighting back, as he always does. We're getting scrappy on P1. But now over to this rotation. We saw, yeah, just in those stats. You had first rotation if you were NYSL, but I believe it was 12th in holding. That's got to get better.
Yeah, no, it really, really does. And you did a good job of the setup there of your sublighter to spawn Ravens exactly where you want it, all the way top left. You are a mile away from this point, so you're going to have some nice wiggle room here to get set up, but a big win from Clay mid-map with a rival out. And a win, he swaps over and wins one with the MCW. Might open this push up a little bit, but the players left for subliners doing a good job.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of get to the areas that you want if you are Carolina for the break. You have them focus on the flank. You get someone pushed up White Van on the hop up. It's just Kismet who wins both of the gunfights, then plays his life. He's on 3 in a row. Gets his teammates off spawn. Now we're trying to flip those spawns if we can, if we were NYSL. And they do just that. They flip the spawns for this P3.
Oh, and that kill onto Gwen comes in at the perfect time, so you get the teammate to spawn up with you too, and now you're cruising mid-map. Nice little sequence here from subliners. That's 4 in a row for Kismet. We'll see if he can continue that, but yeah, you have what you want if you're Royal Ravens. You had a 3-on-2, they just couldn't win it. Now 5 in a row for Kiz. As where TJ started strong, he's slowed down, but Gwen's still going, man. 9-4.
Now, the good thing here for Carolina is you found a couple of kills towards the back end of that hill, which allowed the setup maybe not to be as perfect as they wanted, but Kiz gets 7 in a row, and then all the kills go the way of subliners. So now you have this setup. You have this space to work with. You're hunting down their push. You get to your spots.
Looking for more. That's going to be tough as a double child's in. He gets into 8 in a row before he drops. Time continuing to rack up 4 subliners, but double digits first. It will be Kiz, and we'll see when that streak maybe comes into it. Hydra's in trouble as he's going to get caught with his hand tossing nades, and Gwen puts him to sleep as he's right there matching Kiz so far.
Nice shots by Skies on rotation. Fellow is still there.
Nice shots.
Sky's gonna find it now. That's just when this new hill pops up, right? So you don't really have a great push here at P4 quite yet. It's gonna take 5 to 10 seconds to really get that start here for Raven.
Same thing with like the P2. Yeah, they've had them pushed out so far, and now Kiz is heating up. A chance for another streak, maybe to come in for Skies if he can find 2 more. You feel this starting to really unravel for Royal Ravens in this map and the series overall. The guns are getting hot. You're vibing right now if you're subliners.
Hyzer up here. You have this crossfire with Kiz on the pinch though. This would be majority of the push, but they read it. Kismet and Hydra. You talked about the subs on one side of Carolina getting going, but it has been a much stronger response here from Kismet and Hydra.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just turned into the Gwyn show on the Royal Ravens side. Everybody else sitting right around double to triple negative. Not really matching the gunny. Granted, you've had very tough rotations for a lot of these hard points where you're pushing into a setup subliners team. So the numbers should reflect that, and they do. But now you need to answer. You know, on the sub base, when it got a little bit sketchy at times, you were able to lock it down with a full like 45 to 60. That's gonna hit a rooftop.
Well, he dies in it, so he loses control. So he dies, so they're able to hunt him down as he calls that. So the crew's not gonna connect, and that is gone. And as you said, you get a 3-4 dead, you get a clean setup, trying to fight on back. It was NYSL at P3 and P4, kind of combine that together to earn this lead. But the Ravens, not out of this one.
Yeah, it wasn't like a lot of like scrappy time they earned in that one, right? It was just like the, what, 3 like kind of perfect holds they had that were the difference. And that was a little scrappy at the end, but it was really just the early setups and holds that got them going. You get a ton of time here. You might lose out on 5 to 8 seconds of it, but the rest you're able to rack up. Now we look toward the second set of rotations, and I mean, what do you need to do better? Not be spawning out as far when new hardpoints are going to pop if you're...
Yeah, don't lose 3 hills in a row, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of it. P2, P3, P4, all NYSL able to grab. So yes, considering that, you'll take it. Only being down 40 points is Gwyn now on 5 in a row. Can he earn a cruise? Is hoping a teammate can get somebody weak. Hoping somebody's here to bait for him, and he doesn't want to overchow. But a stun's going to make this a little bit tougher, but doesn't matter. The cruise is in.
I just hope we're talking about him having one of his best series all time in a win and not in a loss. That's what gets a little bit scary, because it doesn't matter if you don't get the series dub. But yeah, another heroic performance so far just from a stat standpoint if you are Gwyn. But this is what you got if you were subliners last time. You're able to get late into the P1. You spawned them out so far, and now you get the same setup where you're going to have to hike across the map. You have like 15 left, though. This time is a little better.
They're going to go early on this. Okay, so they want to win this rotation. Hydra with a beautiful flight, by the way, through boxes, able to catch the entire team on that last push from Carolina. And now the cruise is in, so they were just pretty much using it to fight for map control, and they do just that. But you still have some close spawns, so the pressure will be right back here for subliners.
It's just, yeah, last time the whole team dropped, they dropped with 5 seconds to the hardpoint pop. This time it's like 15, so they can at least have a fight here. They didn't even have a chance to like fight early in this hard point. But at least they've kept it scrappy. They're trailing by a little over 30. Clay's still trying to get forward to the car to pick up kills. I mean, if you can't get a lot of this time, can you at least maybe clear subliners out of it, make sure they don't get in it?
Yeah, you have a trophy down for Sid. Looks like that just goes away. As NYSL behind that cruise. Thought maybe they were going to lose this spawns, but able to win some key gunfights. And now you can already see Carolina doesn't want what happens last time to happen, where they got flipped about 5 seconds ago at this P3. Have a very wide setup, and that's going to be Gwyn on the hill. Up top, you have TJ. Down low, you got Clay.
Another one of those moments where you got to try and answer. Now, if you're Royal Ravens, you called out the setup. Now, what can they do behind it? So far, so good in the early going, but Kiz, who wants to play Disruptor, not going to happen. It's a flying TJ. It's able to take that fight and continue to hold the time. Subliners, their backs have been up against it. They're trying to get a break. They're trying to rally and push this to a map 5. They just got 3 kills. Here we go to the comms with New York Subliners.
Stay down, back, don't go T, dead. They gotta have flip. One shot. I have jungle. I got 80 guys on one shot. I'm playing half wall. I hear you. I have skis. One pitch, one skis. Skis in the back door, skis. I saw him behind you. Oh, he got through. Hey, he's coming. Go good, plus 60. Nice, go left. Got 3. Nice, Dante. Nice, good shit, Dante. One shot, bro. He knew. Nice, Gavage, one bullet, he snaked me. Gavage, one shot. Take our time. Go top left. Garage weak. One more. Garage, Clay weak. I shot 3 times. He's gonna go on the white van. Gavage, good shit. Stand checks on the white van. White van. On the van.
Nice boxes. I have your boxes. Nice Dante. Nice Dante.
I'll give it. I have the cross. I have the cross.
Yeah, I got our pinch. Just in case we're
I have boxes. Well, you're gonna flip the puck, are you?
I got the pinch.
I got stunned from somewhere.
Another break, and you're streaking. Sib on 5 in a row. Hydra on 4. Joe, what were you seeing?
Well, I mean, Sib, he is locked down this part of the map. He stayed alive middle of the map. We started to listen. He's like, I got 3. So his teammates were gassing him up. Hydra flies on through off spawn, gets a double or triple. But with Sib's positioning at boxes, Carolina had to worry about the pinch time and time again. It's just some of these singular gunfights that are putting Subliners in a better spot to win this map.
They are so close to getting it done. It would rely on a miracle now to take this map forward, as you're basically in a 100-point hole, and now the streak's going to start to rain in. From up above comes Sib. Able to hit Felony, blown to the wind. TJ still there. Is TJ able to at least get one, trying to hold on as long as they are able to.
Yeah, TJ just trying to do what he can. He's on 3 in a row, back on the hill. And they do a very good job. So 5 kills as a team behind the crew. So no more crews to work with, but you only need 7 more seconds if you are NYSL. So they can take their time. Worst case scenario, they get in a good spot for P1.
Just 7 needed for Subliners. Can you somehow do this if you are Royal Ravens? You had that insane round of control that had me screeching like a bird. About to make me party again if somehow you're able to bring this back from the depths, but they push in, they pinch. There's just enough time to close it out here. They're too far out. That might, no, there wasn't. I guess there wasn't.
No, I think he just got off of it. I think they would have won there, but he gets off. They get set up for P1. Okay. Hydra just wants a dirty bomb. He's got it. We're going to a game 5.
I looked up. I thought it was 7 needed, 7 on it. I'm like, oh, they got the win here. Then I was confused for a moment. But the fact is, you get the dub. New York bringing it back in maps 3 and 4. Some monster moments from Hydra, Sib, the whole crew really, and just, I mean, the comms are on point. There's a lot. Listen, even when you get 3 or 4 kills for an individual player, it's a team effort, but lighten up the feed. They had some individual monster plays.
Yeah, but I think just sort of the way they were working the map, they were just a step ahead there of Carolina, flipping some spawns at the right times.
Felt like that the whole game.
Finding some key breaks, the flanks by Hydra, Sib locking down the middle of the map time and time again, but also just the slaying a little bit more one-sided as, yeah, win 29. And now you need the rest of the team to step up for this game 5.
Yeah, Subliners definitely making the game just a lot easier on themselves. I mean, when you're watching, popping through POVs, it just looks a lot harder.
Yeah.
At times if you're Carolina, because you're just always trying to break, always spawning out deep and having to trek across the map. And I don't know, it's just frustrating when you're spawning out, running for 10 seconds, dying, running for 10 seconds, dying.
Yeah, and then you see the enemy score going up, right?
Yeah,
Tough where, what's the right play here? We have to give this up and rotate. I think they did a better job in the second set of hills, but the first set, just so controlled by New York. They kept that lead the entire game. And as we saw in that series rewind, we're going to a game 5 Karachi again. And New York, yeah, beat them 6-1, stomped them.
Yeah, we've seen, obviously there's been the GA of the Ordnance Glove, so probably not going to see any cute plays on Karachi. Like maybe we saw at the major, but whether it's been some of the wall bangs they've been able to come up, some of the nades, they've had some amazing spots. I don't think we'll see anything new, but we did see some of the tricks they had at the last major. But we now get ready for the map 5. Yeah, as you said, it was a 6-1 win for Subliners. Last time they faced off. Oh, Joe, Royal Ravens, are they going to crumble again? Have Subliners simply rallied too far as they look to close it out? Quick break, then the map 5.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Slice up your competition with the Executive Chef Operator, now available in-game in the Call of Duty store.
Continue on, ready to rock and roll. A shot again of the Subliners camp as they get ready for this map 5. Honestly, not that different from more frustrations like after the map 2. Yeah, Sib's still staring at the wall though, so not a lot has changed for me there.
It's working.
Yeah, no, it is. He's been locked, dialed in. Guys shooting.
But I think they look a little bit more focused. Hydro probably with the comms with the coaches. We know Sender just one of the great prep work there. They always are ready in search and destroy. But as you said, Karachi S&D, the back half of this series looked one-sided. Map 4 was one-sided. We'll see if something switches up here. Can Carolina win 2 searches to take down New York?
Lordy. You know, it's just one of those things where, I mean, listen, NYSL are a fantastic team, top 4, fun to cast. I'm probably going to win a major at some point this year, but find myself just rooting for the underdog, you know, just because Carolina are in trouble. Want to see if they're able to do this, you know, it just...
Speaking of dog, though, I mean, 1.35 in Map 5's Kismet sets the pace for this New York time in these situations.
You know he eats dog food before major matches?
That is not true at all.
You know, it gets him really into the mode, the Bulldogs.
That is awful to think about. But depending on if, like, the dog food you used to buy, or however expensive that was.
Phew. Well, Gwen, he is potential record. You know, I've been talking about it since map 1 really might be one of his best series. Only a couple of guys that have had like the 100+, but you look at like a Shotzi, a Simp that has set those kinds of numbers. It's record watch for Gwen now, who's got a chance to maybe set that. But so far, looking for more action here early on as it's a 4v3. TJ ripped to I think he's got 1 health. Gwen finding 1. Felony follows it up. Skies.
Oh, he's 1 more bullet. One more bullet on a fellow, and now fellow just in a reposition, waste his time. Yeah, once this B bomb is down, you have numbers. Okay.
Wow.
Nice snap, but yeah, you get the first blood on the kids, you get the bomb down, and those were rounds where at times maybe Carolina would let slip through. Sort of a retake scenario with bomb planted over towards B. That time it's very smooth.
Hey, you got 1 round last time. You already got 1, Joe.
That's true.
Already got 1. It's only improvement from here.
Unless they lose 6 in a row.
Then you didn't improve at all.
That's right.
It's a good point, Joe. We'll see what kind of map Gwyn is able to pull off and what kind of numbers he gets, kind of just look at the bigger picture of the league. But what was it, 12? 12 in the map too?
Yeah, 12 in map 2.
But again, it doesn't matter if you don't win.
Kismet is flying. He saw nothing cross to B, and this setup for Carolina is really just almost like a retake towards B. You have number 4, that's Gwyn. He's up top. They're just kind of waiting for a play like that, and well, it is the right play. They set up the trap on a Hydra. They get a first blood, and again, you have the numbers. You could play the retake over towards B.
Well, I think if you go back and watch, you know, their map, they're thinking of that 6-1 loss. I'm sure Hydra's finding openings. You know, he's a guy that wants to find gaps and make plays. You set stuff up for him, but Skies is finding kill after kill. Clay brings it back to a 2 versus 2 at least, as things seem to be falling apart. Now it'll be Clay and Gwyn versus Kismet and Skies. And Joe, you were
stressed.
You were a little stressed at that sequence.
I got stressed. They brought it back though. Just you play the retakes. It's not the end of the world, but it's all good. Kismet now 1 versus 2. A bomb down middle of the map. Not really where you want it. Does spot 1, so Clay not going to expect that.
Well, now a chance for Gwyn to keep this going. He's already got 2 in the round. Looking for number 3. 1 versus 1.
Well.
12 seconds to go. Deddy up, as you said. Bomb recouped.
It's the right bomb, though. It's the 50-50, and it's the right bomb. Gwyn is where he wants to be. That is a 50-50 play, and it pays off.
His tear continues. Now 4 for Gwyn. As a truly elite series for him. And they're up 2-0, and now, hey, you only got 1 last time. Now you got 2, Joe.
That's true. There's the improvement.
Yeah. So even if you lose 6-2, we got better.
It's looking better. It is looking better, though.
No, it is. But you still, can you get 4 more? You know, a lot of times for teams like Carolina, Boston, Rocker, those teams that just play people tough, it's just a breakdown moment or a search. Maybe the breakdown moment already came in the control. You brush that off. Now, can you win the game 5? Clay will be on the offsite. 3-person execute through red.
And Kiz is just hanging out. He's waiting inside of the bus. This is one of those plays, right, where you're kind of hoping Carolina thinks Skies is the only player over here. And look at this. They kind of rotate off of this. Does Carolina. So it's a bit of a 2-2 split. They have to deal with Sib, though. The one player here. He's going to basically call for the rotation, so Skies now in a better spot to help him. And the bomb's rotating back in a junkyard. This could be the round, how this pays off out. And, well, it's looking better for Carolina right now because you're not going to be ready for Gwyn to be in that spot.
Yeah, and maybe if you could snake, Hydra probably dances and gets a kill, but he's just got to lay prone. He's trapped and dropped. Now Skies lurking, trying to wallbang, not able to hit. Gwyn on the collapse. He gets the angle. He gets the kill. His series continues as Gwyn with another one, but that was just that was an insane round. There was movement all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, it's the right call from Carolina at first, and then they're worried about Sib. Skies rotates on over. They're basically just keeping them guessing. And you try to get aggressive, does New York. As we're going to see Gwyn's POV.
See, this actually stinks too that TJ took that because that would have been number 6.
Would have been.
I don't think he gets the kill. TJ did, right?
But Gwyn was also the player who stayed A the whole round.
I mean, and TJ just trying to help him. Not saying it's a bad play, but like you would love to get number 6 in the streak, right? He's 6-1. 3-0 advantage. Dude, imagine if this was like the Avalanche back in the day and they had that mid-map stuff. That bus just started driving around mid-map. Dude, how cool would that be, Joe?
Don't give anyone ideas.
Lurking is Gwyn. We're keeping with his POV because he's on 5 in a row. And
well, I mean, Kismet has distracted the entire team by himself. He's drawn 3 players. His teammates don't really know that there.
Gwyn's here!
And yeah, this is his place. A double headshot, 7 in a row. And Carolina is a 4-0.
He is taking over. Maybe just trying to end the Rookie of the Year conversation. Just put himself back in front with just a dominant performance here. Gwyn, one more time. He's tied with the record for overall kills in a series, with still potentially many rounds to go.
And again, I mean, Kismet drew 3 players to be. just the collapse over towards A did not work out well, and Gwyn just on an island. He's able to find the timing, take down 2, and as you said, has the cruise. It's desperation time. Kismet just right through the middle of the map, though. Well, he's going to find the first blood. He says, you know what? We're down 4-0. I'm going to start taking risks. Let's just take over this map. And Gwyn's going to call in the cruise as well.
And it's not going to hit. You're in a 2v4. Interesting call there. TJ, though, he's on 3. Smoke maybe to bail him out, but now as Gwyn drops, he'll be the last one alive. Nice shots there from Tej, but he will get traded out. And you said Kiz taking risks. That's a good point, because like sometimes like there's been a couple searches we cast where subliners, what comes to mind? Like Terminal versus Boston. They're down like, what, 4-1 or something. A 1v3 from Kiz. A big moment from Kiz. Some aggression from Kiz where he brings them back and they start stomping forward into search. Like he's been the catalyst for them in some of these search and destroys. Now, can he do it again? The streak's wiped off the page. You get a round up of your subliners.
Yeah, I think the comms are maybe just a little off from Carolina. But he calls in that cruise, and 2 of his teammates die. They're probably just trying to use the cruise to,
you know, takes
get to B. Just get to B, yeah.
Guessing it's before he starts that process.
I'm sure. Just forgot his password in the
He's not like, 2v4 streak. Here we go, boys. I doubt that's the case.
And we're just going right down the middle of the map again. Just Hydra and Kismet are like, screw it. But look at this. This opened up a route for TJ. Off for a second, but looks like maybe he was spotted.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he was or not.
Looks like they have an idea of somewhere here. Yeah, they absolutely do. Sib's checking every corner.
Well, didn't check well enough.
No, he looked at him.
First blood for Tej. Smoke out, finesse.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
party. Help comes in, able to get another kill. 3v2 advantage now for Royal Ravens. TJ still up. Pop up, not going to work out. Hydra there for the kill. Gwyn, though, tacks on another, and now it's a 2 versus 1. Kiz just said he can be the catalyst. Can he pull off the 1 versus 2 now with 30 seconds to go? Gwyn's got the record now after that kill for most kills in a series, but you still have to close this one out. This would be one of those rounds where things unravel. If you let Kiz win this 1v2, he's gotten bomb back. What can he do with it?
But again, you're keeping 1 at B, so Fellow's here right away. Even if this bomb goes down, oh my gosh, he snapped. But Fellow wins another tough gunfight. Man, if Kiz wins that, I mean, wins across the map. But he's ready for it. Nice little re-snap, hits the jump shot.
Ends up being a tougher gunfight than probably he was expecting, but
I feel like every single one for him.
Yeah. You get to match point. 1 more round. And, well, you give him a taste of their own medicine. Last time we went to this map 5 and it was a Karachi, it was a 6-1 subliners win. Royal Ravens, their chance to do it. And a chance for a monster win for the organization and a monster series for Gwyn. 9-2 now, looking for double digits. Potentially both search and destroys after his S&D struggles. What are you seeing early in this round, Joe?
Yeah, nothing through the middle of the map this time. Sib, though, does get aggressive. And that means Kismet's going to go. Look at this. Again, just, all right, I'm going to take the risk. I think he gets spotted, though. He does. Number 4, Gwyn, all the way back junk. Able to see that, so he gives a call out to Fellow. And that's just nice teamwork and aware of what's open for Carolina.
Now they're trying to see how they want to execute this. Bit of rapping back and forth. Point man towards A will be Gwyn. He has made some plays.
Honestly, this is what Carolina have done very well on offense. It's just made New York think.
Keep them guessing.
Yeah, overreacting to 1 bomb site. Now you see you have to keep Sib over towards B. So it gives you the man advantage for now on the site. But yeah, they're always guessing. Where is this bomb going to end up? Sib is still staying there. Bomb being planted at A.
Well, he got the info. Gwyn's gotten shots into 2. You can close it out here. 3 versus 3. 1 more round and the series win is in for Royal Ravens. We thought it could be a day of upsets. A chance to start off with one. Time dwindling. 25 to go. You got to start to pounce now if you're subliners. Is the desperation is here. Time to go. TJ gonna drop. 1 is fallen. 2nd will drop as well. They collapse. Oh, on Gwyn! Of course it's on Gwyn! 1 player left. Hunts it, finds it. Gwyn seals the deal with a record-setting series for Gwyn and a much-needed win for Royal Ravens. Gwyn is different.
We don't get the Gwyn reaction because they're at the new facility. Cams are off, but I imagine they are going nuts in that room. And they needed this one. They have been in this position before, not able to close it out. They win 2 search and destroys ENT NYSL. And Gwyn puts up 24 across 2.
That was a fun one as a commentator because it's like, there's a lot of storylines, some history this year between these teams. Ali talks about the struggles in search and destroy for Gwyn. He has a game like that. He drops 12 in both the search and destroys. It sets up the same way as the last series with like a 2-0-2-0 edge and almost collapses again. But this time they close it out. They dominate the map 5, and Gwyn, I feel like I've said his name 700 times, but he was disgusting.
No, he was. But honestly, their game plan on that map 5. Yeah, look, great prep work. They were ready for pretty much everything. Just looking at that round 1, right? Hydra just jumping in a top fountain. Boom. That's a